started. Calling the Hartsville-Trousdale County Industrial Development Board meeting to order. We have a quorum. Thank you everyone for being here. Mr. Knudsen is out of town from what I understand. He did give me some instructions in his absence. We'll talk about that later. We do have a quorum. And would you join me in pledge to the American flag? Heather, would you like to lead us tonight?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our next agenda item, number 4, is approval of the minutes from our last meeting on November the 8th. I mailed those out yesterday morning. Hopefully you've had time to look at them. If not, please take the time now to read through them. Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Warren makes a motion. Mr. Thurman makes a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Next item is the treasurer's report, also attached. You'll see that we do show the deposit from the commission as well as the check to Retail Strategies that cleared, leaving us with a balance of $64,511.50. Do you have any questions for Ms. Belcher on that? Should be glad to answer them.
Second that motion.
Warren makes the motion to approve. Ms. Bay makes the second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Board is approved. Next, we have officer elections for 2023. We will start with the chairman position. I would like to open the floor for nominations.
I'll nominate Scott Graves.
Have a nomination for Scott Graves and a second from Ms. Bay. I do accept the nomination. Are there any other nominations?
I'll move the nomination cease. We elect Mr. Graves by acclamation.
Any others? Any other nominations? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I appreciate your vote of confidence. I'll do the very best job I can. And I really enjoyed serving with each and every one of you. So, and you're all very smart people, so you need to remember that you asked for this. Next position, I'd like to open for nomination is vice chair. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
I nominate Seth Thurman for vice chair.
We have a nomination for Seth Thurman. We have a second. Second by Mr. Moore. Seth, you up for the job?
I accept.
Very good. Thank you very much. Are there any other nominations?
I request that we close the nominations.
Okay.
Before we vote on Seth Thurman as vice president.
Second. All right. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Congratulations, Seth. We'll try not to make you work too hard.
I hope that's okay.
I'd like to open the floor for nominations for treasurer.
I would like to nominate Paul Knudsen for treasurer.
Treasurer.
Sorry, said the wrong thing.
For treasurer, I would like to nominate Tracy Belcher, please.
Sorry, I misspoke, y'all. I wasn't listening, I was writing.
Motion and a second. You accept?
I did.
Thank you very much. Any other nominations? We'll close the floor for nominations. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank
position is secretary. I'd like to open the floor for nominations for secretary. Sure.
I would like to nominate Paul Knudsen for secretary. That's
it.
right.
That's it. Awesome.
We have a motion for Paul Knudsen. Do we have a second? Mr. Morgan, thank you very much.
And I would like to make a motion that we close the nominations and appoint him by acclamation.
She's not getting her name on there. She's out of this meeting.
And a second by Mr. Thurman.
I'll be glad he's not here. She's right across the table.
I did speak to Mr. Knudsen about this, and he told me to accept the nomination on his behalf. He's out of town tonight, so he said he would be glad to step up and fill that position.
I wouldn't have done that to him if he had said.
Oh, I know, I'm teasing you.
I need who seconded? I'm sitting here trying to write as fast as I can, sorry.
Okay, that takes care of our officer nominations and elections for 2023. Next on the agenda, I asked Mr. Steve Anderson to come join us tonight and give us an update on Anderson Meats. The floor is yours, sir.
Is everybody comfortable with my lazy bones just sitting here?
Sure, you're good.
I appreciate it. I commend you on your speed and efficiency in your meeting. Get me home. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that our business would be doing what it is today. I never doubted for a minute it would be good. You know, year one, we did $680,000 in gross sales, and this past year is $1.2 million.
Congratulations.
That's for services, you know, that's not meat sales, that's for services through the plant, that's slaughtered and processed. So it's been crazy. We're booked through the calendar year of 23. Started booking in January of 24, and I have some dates booked on through the year of 24. But I try not to fully book over a calendar year because a lot of the animals that would be booked in later 24 ain't even born yet. I just think it's pretty foolish these places that book 2 or 3 years. So there's too much rescheduling to go on, so I won't hardly book this past year. In January through July, we've got 30 to 40 head a month on what we call the quick call list, waiting for somebody to cancel that's already on the calendar. So we're not, and I turn down stuff every day. People that I wished I could, a mule can only pull so much, and we're tweaking and trying to get a little more efficient and toyed with maybe doing some extended shifts or, swing shifts or this, that, and the other, try to get a little more out of it. We're killing 30 head plus or minus beef a week. And our target right now is 20,000 pounds of meat a week to process, or carcass weight, when they say carcass weight. And that varies, I can schedule 30 this week, and they might average 600 pounds, which is 18,000 pounds. Next week they might average 710. So we try to schedule around 30, and then I use other species, sheep and hogs, to fill in my 20,000 pound target, because you can kill and kill a hog or a sheep and put them the next day. Beef, we age it 2 weeks, so you can't, once you come up short, there's no filling that gap of beef. So we're just blessed with business. We're just trying to I told them I was gonna mash the gas a little harder this year. We could comfortably age 75 to 80 beefs, which will get us up to 40 a week. Where we hang 2 weeks, you've got to have aging capacity for 2 weeks kills. Right now, October, we're keeping about 70-ish in it, 65 to 70. I think we could get up to 80 pretty easy, but that's about max. I was hoping to be able to do 100 when I built it. A few things, and we had to adjust at the last minute, took a little bit of the aging cooler out of the plate. That's health situation right now is good, tomorrow it may not be. We struggle, like a lot of people. People was drawing big checks, stay home during the pandemic, it's hard to get anybody to work. Ships sailed, we're blessed with good help. I've been pretty blessed with young people that want to work, and that's hard to think. You know, my main butcher right now is 19 years old. He started helping me during the pandemic. He come to me one day, he said, "You care if I come in late in the morning? Kid don't never miss work." I said, "Son, I guess you don't never miss. What do you want to do?" He said, "I'm going to walk across the stage, get my diploma, I'll be back." He's been with me since he was a junior in high school. He's a gun for hire. He's blessed to have him. He likes to work. He's going to miss. He gets in there and gets after it. So, you know, that's one of the keys to my success is having people that want to work. And so we finally got us a crew put together that I'm do a good job. And Heather was patting me on the back before we got started, but we cut some things for them. We do have a little project that we're in the preliminary stages of researching and planning. It's a long way from being official yet, but I'm looking to build another facility right there on the property to do all further processing. I won't slaughter anything in it. And it'd be mainly hot dogs, bologna, jerky, snack sticks, sausages, smoking, that kind of stuff. There's no facility in the state that I'm aware of that does that for retail for hire. There's some custom places that'll do deer jerky and stuff like that, but on the retail side, there's no facility I'm aware of that will do it for other people. And as this, you know, the farm to table movement really got a boost when the pandemic hit. Nobody had meat in the grocery stores, and they bought some at the farmer's market. They'd never tasted dry or aged beef, and it's just different. Everybody that's eats it believes that. And so these people, some will go back to the grocery store overprice over time, especially as the economy gets tighter. They'll let price cheat them out, but a lot of these people's never going back to the grocery store meat. So we feel like to bring this on in the future, we're hoping a year to 18 months that we can have some firm plans and have everything tied together where we can start another building. It wouldn't be a big job builder. I don't think there's a lot of automation and that kind of stuff. I think year one would probably be 6 people, maybe max 10. There's a lot of your slicers or stuff. When you scale up like that, a lot of it just takes somebody to feed it and measure it up. We're working 18 people at the moment.
Now, the processing part of it, would you bring in hog carcasses or would you kill them there?
I'd kill them there.
So you're planning on being.
Yeah, I've got more capacity to kill than I have to cut. That's the bottleneck, is the processing. We can kill 50 a week easy, but I can't cut that. So like pretty much every Tuesday, I process it, or my slaughter crew cleans the pens, washes walls, mops the coolers, and just kind of dabbles, just kind of gets a free day. It's a pretty hard, back-breaking job back there, so I give them kind of a free day. So they ain't really looking forward to this new building. But if right now we skin all our hogs, which I don't know if any of you's ever seen a hog skin or tried to do it, but I'd rather take a beating with a willow switch. It's not easy. You can skin 2 beef. The time you skin a hog here, I don't skin well. So I'm gonna buy a scalder. So we start killing a lot of hogs. You can kill 20 iron. You scald a hog, and it's a $32,000 machine, but you can scald a hog in 4 minutes. You do put it in there and mash a button.
Would you connect your buildings? Would you connect your buildings?
No, I'm probably gonna have to buy me a truck just to move it down there, because if I filled what behind my building up to the level that my pad's on, it would take Craig and somebody 2 or 3 years to haul it in there. Y'all, 500 loads of dirt in there to do that. It would probably take 1,500 if I brought the rest of that up back there. So it's just not economically feasible. I can buy a truck and haul it down there cheaper than it costs probably $500,000 to make a pad back there.
Is the majority of your business within one county, a contiguous county, or you get it from everywhere?
I do a right smart of Kentucky business. What surprised me is, since I do custom exempt, like for people to either sell, or I do for retail, like myself, and Farmers Harvest and others, that's retailing or selling their meat, I can do either or. I felt like that since there's not that many USDA inspected plants, that would be 80% of my business or more. It's probably 30 to 40. John Doe farmer that kills once a year. That's probably 60 to 70% of my business. They're local, but people come here from everywhere. They just, have people call all the time. I called the place I used to go, and they're 2 years out. I kill a lot of beef from East Tennessee. Almost to Johnson City up there. I got people from there.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well, and I think you're an asset to the community, I really do. I will tell everybody that I am a customer now. I think that I split a steer with somebody, and the packaging's great, and the meat is well trimmed, and I'm very well pleased, so if you haven't tried it, stop by and get a steak. You do sell retail, just a steak or two at a time.
Yeah. Greg's sister-in-law is one of my best customers. Karen, she comes about every month, gets loads.
I got this year was my year. That one I used to do every other year. I don't look like I'm gonna get this year then. Hearing you talk, because I don't have a schedule, so I didn't know it was gonna be that backed up. So I'm happy you're doing well, but I'm disappointed. I don't know if I'm gonna get one killed this year.
He takes care of his friends.
Anyone else have any questions for Mr. Anderson? Well, thank you for coming in. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
I'm just been so excited to see everybody. But my wife will be more excited to see me. I'm ready to go home.
All right, thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
night.
Come by.
Thank you.
Thank you.
7 to 3:30, the doors unlocked.
All right. I don't know if any of you have had a tour of the facility when it first opened. I didn't get to go to that. I was somewhere else, but I would really like to go in and see how they do what they do. I've never been inside of a place like that. It'd be interesting, I think.
He's got 70 carcasses, 2 bags, 140 bags. That's tremendous capacity.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Right, just as an FYI, it's not really on the agenda, but I intended to have the Tintagel Group Arsenal in this meeting to discuss. They are the primer manufacturer we've been talking with now for close to 2 years. He's had some recent developments. We go to the same gym, so we see each other several times a week. And he has had some very interesting turn of events, and I thought it'd be good to hear from him. So hopefully next time we'll get Don McCoy in here, give us an update, because he's bound to be getting close to needing to go to get started, because he's been on this now for a couple of years. Anyway, we'll hear from him later. Next agenda item is update from your call.
I've just got 2 or 3 things to talk about. One is the, I don't know how we call it, the thick pin building, but it's attached to the bridge.
We need to find a new name.
But the county took it back and then made a contract with TDOT to tear it down, and I started calling Kathy Lennon, TDOT, and about once a month to remind her, and she said that's fine. But she started calling me 2 weeks ago, and they were, and told me that we're looking at having an environmental study because of lead-based plant and asbestos was still there. So they came up Friday, and the health department looked at it and said they were at the starting line. TDOT looked at it and said, we see this project finishing in 2 years. So that's where we're going with those years. So that's where that is. Of course, you know that the grant was approved to build a sidewalk from Main Street to McMurray. It's a TDOT project. I think it was funded to the tune of even that'll probably take 2 years or more. And evidence of that would be the turning lane. Supposedly that's going to be finished in March. The holdup there is AT&T has to move a telephone pole, and they're negotiating to get that put in the lights. The hotel project's back on. We found the money to spend on the assessment. They're going to reassess, come back and do it for half what it cost us the first time. So cobblestone. One way we're going to approach it a little different this year is we're going to get as many local investors as possible. We're also going to go outside the county and pull investors in to get the money. I understand the last time, one reason it got put on hold is because we didn't go back to some investors and ask them whether they'd like to invest more. But anyway, I think if we're going to get travel ball here, we'll have to have a hotel. Once we get the hotel, I'll show you this rendering. We're spending $1.2 million, a $1.2 million grant to redo Trey Park, and Kenley Horn is purchasing the playground equipment for that in the next month or so. And once they get that done, this will move quickly. They tell me this land right here is Holder property, and when they did this schematic, they didn't realize that. So this will have to go somewhere else, and I'm hoping we can secure maybe 2 acres up this way, or even consider this part. But anyway, I think we're going to need that clover leaf to have travel ball here. And what I envision is if we can begin to bring the downtown back. I'm sorry if I couldn't put the camera. If we can begin to bring the downtown back, then we could even possibly shuttle people from ballpark to the downtown. And the travel ball, a big travel ball weekend would bring in $20,000 plus. Travel ball is a good thing. And we're still negotiating with Reggie Mudd. He still owns 4 buildings downtown. He has priced 3 in a group, very expensively, and he said he'll still own them. He'll fight with it when he dies, so I don't know if he's going to get to it. But we're working on it.
So is the city considering buying it? Is that?
Well, you know what?
You loosely say, maybe?
Natalie has done some research that a 501c3 could purchase it if we put the money into that and do it. So at this point, the county's not considering purchasing it, although I'm saying I wouldn't try. We'll see. Somewhere or another we've got to get someone to do that. We have a lot of interest in coffee shops and things. Maybe someone was looking at Zach Taylor's property, which was the old daycare over there. He owns that now. Coffee shop will probably drive up, but a number of people are interested in the coffee shop. If some of you read the book, The Tipping Point, my example is, you can fill up a glass of water to the point that it really rises above the rim, one more drop, and it goes. I really think if we can get one restaurant or maybe 2 downtown, that things will kind of break loose for the joint apples. And one other thing is, I said someone to, rather than do the big cedar tree this year for Christmas, the Canucks decided to just kind of haul the tree, because when they haul the big tree, it breaks up on one side and you have this cedar flat on one side. So they hauled the tree and chipped it. And we're gonna put just, we're gonna put a smaller tree. I had someone pick up a tree at Lowe's and on Facebook, someone called it the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It was really kind of sad. And they didn't get the lights turned on the next day, so it was kind of pitiful. So we're working on funding a 20-foot pre-lit Christmas tree. And completely lighting up the courthouse next year, so we'll make a big change in how that looks next year. Any questions? Still working on getting some parking lots sealed and striped with all kinds of resistance, but still I may have told y'all at the last meeting, I told Ms. Betty, but I figured out about a month and 2 or 3 days into my leadership that the hardest part of this job is to keep things moving forward. Everything has a tendency to drag. It takes tremendous energy, which is fine with me. You just have to keep things moving forward. I love my job. It's been really fun so far.
Have you spoken directly with Cobblestone herself, or?
No, Natalie has. She talked to him today and to find out exactly how we need to negotiate this fee, and so but that's gonna. And
Where they going?
no, that's another one hope I have, because Cobblestone does not require that it be on the main road as long as the signage is on the road. And so I'm gonna be talking to Matthew Garman about the corner where you turn and go home. You go Old Hall Town, it goes by that corner. So Matthew's thing is, with that prime precinct property, as he told me, is he wants to make sure he does that right. So he's gonna be pretty cautious about how he gets started. And do we need to focus retail strategies more on industrial development than that? What's the focus?
Well, we went through a lot of evaluation to even decide whether or not IDB could fund such a project that was retail, and we were told that we could. But right now, they're focusing 100% on retail, as far as I know.
And
that's what they do.
Have they gotten the new numbers for us? Updated all the numbers?
I don't know.
So we're
The
waiting.
only communication I've seen is the same email you were copied on in regard to the downtown document that they sent.
That's all I have, unless you have some questions.
Thank you very much. It's good news about the hotel. I would like to be a part of that if that moves forward. I was tried to be a part of it the last time. It just died on us.
And I guess we'll go back to the original committee. The main thing was to get them back up here at this, so we can do for Hank what they're trying to do.
Very good. All right, thank you, Mayor. There's no one here from the public left, so there's public comments. We're done with our agenda for the night, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Wallace says we can adjourn. Ms. Bay said that we can too. You're adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.